Hey guys, I figured since it's Monday and trying to do weekly updates anyway, I give you some daylight shots of these guys. We're going to go through them a little bit of the opposite of normal. I'm going to show out of the youngest ones first and then work my way back. That way you can see what they look like more or less when they hatch out and see how they progress. This hopefully is a male right here that's slipping under with the stripe. I'm hoping he's going to do a lot of the breeding either next year or the following year. I've held back a couple females like this and I have a couple more this year. So I'm pretty excited. Hopefully he does turn out to be a male. This is the other one. I just wanted to get a nice shot of him, but this one will be available once it gets up to size. It was just born on Christmas Day, so it definitely needs a good bit of time, but eventually it will be for sale. And this is just a head eclipse. So these two were the other pair that were born on Christmas Day. Both are visual radars. They keep wanting to hide underneath of the paper tails on me. But this was from the batch where I had 3 in a row that all were born with that same aberrant pattern. So anyway, this is more or less what most of my radars start out color-wise. You usually get a real cool head because of the blue spot. This is another one I'll be holding on to. Might not really have that cool head, but it's definitely got a lot of tangerine on the body already. A little bit deeper purple on the back. So hopefully we get some more contrast. Hopefully the color lasts more on this one. I would like it to last on all of them, but I would just think by the way this one has a little bit darker pigment, it's going to last longer. And this should be a female right here. I'm actually considering letting go of one of the smiley face ones, and this would be a female also. Definitely not much tangerine going on this one, but still some pretty colors. Like I said, I'm kind of don't really have too much sunlight left. But any of the ones that don't have that real nice orange head have a pretty cool light purple head. This is another one of those temperature sex male. It's just starting to get some color. It actually really didn't even have any orange on the head. A couple days ago I just was taking pictures of it. But this is another little guy that will be available probably in about 2-3 weeks maybe. With the males, I would like to hold on to them a little bit longer just to make sure they're definitely males. And I haven't quite decided for sure which ones I'm holding on to, but this one should definitely be available. This is the sibling to that. This is one that I'm leaning more towards keeping. I'm definitely going to hold on to it for a little bit longer and see how it turns out. Can't really get too great a lighting. But this one definitely has one of the nicer heads. Just a little bit more tangerine all around. It's pretty much a toss-up between this one and the other one that I was saying I might hold back as far as the tangerine males. This one's also got a real nice head. But I think that other one has a little bit more tangerine on it. I do like the white spots on the head. That jungly looking tail. Like I said, I'm gonna let some of these grow out a little bit more. That's why I'm holding on to so many males. And then once they get a little bit older, I'll make my choice on which ones I end up letting go. Just wanted to get a better shot of the color of this thing. These are two of the older eclipses. These are two of the females that I'm going to hold on to. I swear these two look different every time I open the cage. So hopefully next year I'll have a whole bunch of these available, if all goes well. And hopefully I'll have some radar versions too. I didn't really plan on keeping any of the bellhead eclipses, but this is one that I'm probably going to hold on to just because I love the smiley faces. And the last one I hatched like this, I actually retained it pretty much throughout its whole life. It's only a year old, but it still has it. It's got the white spots on the head too, I always like that. It's probably the youngest male that we have. Pretty much just a banded pattern, but I love how it has the circles in the tail. This guy's really, really jumpy. This one will definitely be for sale, but like I said with the others, he's pretty small and just hatched before Christmas, so I'll need a little bit more time. These are some more of the younger radars. This one right here is probably going to be one of the first ones we actually offer for sale. It's obviously going to be a while before she's ready to go. She's probably going to be over a month before she's really, maybe about a month before she's ready to be sold. This one I'm going to hold on to just because it has a little bit more stripe influence in it. But if I get more that have nice clean stripes that are females, I'll be selling this one too. As you can see, the heads on the radars are just a little bit nicer than the hats. So you'll get that real nice blue spot from the eclipsing. I know I'm driving some of you nuts with the holdbacks because these are staying with me also. This is a nice visual radar. Basically patternless. She has spots that filled in, kind of made a little reverse stripe almost, or dorsal stripe, whatever. But this is what I'm hoping to make more of when I breed the eclipses back together. Would like to get a little bit more carroting in the tail. And possibly reduce the spotting a little bit also. This thing's just got a real nice color. I mean, the camera never really does any of these guys justice, but this is one that it definitely doesn't capture it very well. On the couple albinos that I've hatched this year and last year that were similar to this, you get a lot of these like little orange streaks and stuff like that that are very hard to see. Not hard to see in person, but hard to capture on the camera. Now this one right here is a definite holdback radar. You can see that blue spot a lot better than what it does to the head. I really like when it's outlined in tangerine the way this one is. That's more or less how the mother was when it was hatched. And it's more of a jungle pattern, but these will throw a lot of stripes. This is the real short girl. She still hasn't really grown in length at all. I mean, if she did, it's not really noticeable. She's definitely gotten a little more plump. And she eats great. I mean, you can see the tail is fat. I mean, she's definitely eating plenty. I mean, she's a holdback anyway, so I'm not, in a rush to fatten her up, but I just think it's funny how she just really doesn't grow much longer. I just sold her her sister, but that thing was probably twice the length of this. And if I didn't already say it, this is a visual radar. This is one that I talked about in some of the other videos, and it has turned out to surprise me a good bit. It looked like it was going to be one of the more extreme orange ones because it had some darker color to it, and it's actually very green. I don't know how much the green is one of the hardest things that seems to be to get on a camera, especially a camera phone. But most of what would look yellow to you guys is actually like got a lot of green hue to it. And then it also has like a lot of goldish color to it. This is the one I just made the head my profile picture. It's got a pretty cool smiley face right on the head. But I really like the how the lavender and tangerine kind of melded together and whacked out the color. So anyway, this one actually should be for sale. It's probably big enough to go right now. I just wanted to hold on to it for a little bit and see what it turned out like. I do like it a lot, but you can only hold back so many. This is the sibling to that patternless one. This is also a nice visual radar. Like I said, if I hatch a bunch more, I will have more visual stuff available. Some of those eclipses that aren't for sale now might actually become for sale if I hatch out ones that look a little bit nicer or that fit my my ideas for next year a little bit better. So this is gonna be it. This is the very first hatchling. She's actually the one that proved originally proved the blood marine to be head eclipse. I really like that head pattern. It's got almost like a perfect Y. And the two younger ones that are females actually seem a lot cleaner looking than her. even when she was that age. And then the male looks better than all of them, I think. But we'll see how they go. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for following. If you're not already following on Facebook, it's just Morph Magic, just like the YouTube channel. And you should definitely like the page because you get to see a lot of pictures and updates sooner and all that. So anyway, I'll do a little bit better of an availability list. I don't, there's not a whole lot available right now. I did just sell a few geckos, and we have a show coming up at the end of the month, so we'll see what happens. But there is stuff that's going to be hatching out soon. We had about a week break, and I don't know, about another couple days we got more clutches hatching, and some of our first stuff from the white and yellow pairings will be hatching, so definitely excited for that. So stay tuned, guys. Have a good Monday.